So let me tell you about my experience at Chipotle, but it may not end quite the way that you thought it would, or my reaction probably isn't what you thought it would be. My husband and I just got done having a weight training session at the gym. We were feeling really great, and yeah, we were hungry. We were ready to go and eat. And we decided we were gonna go stop by Chipotle here locally in Huntington Beach. Apparently, I'm a plus size woman, but I'm also a plus size health and fitness motivator. Now, before people fly off the handle about the situation, I want you to hear the whole story. So, her foot placement, maybe not so much, but her heart was definitely in the right place, and she was not being rude intentionally. And I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart. But I think this opens up an interesting conversation for not only those who are maybe in the service industry, and that includes gyms and restaurants and things like that, but also as us on a journey and as plus size women. Because the choice in how we react to it, it is a choice in how we respond to this, and it's a choice in if we allow it to bother us or not. Now, I will tell you that it took me a minute to digest. So let me tell you the story. So my husband and I went to Chipotle here in Huntington Beach, they call it in Seacliff. It's right over by the high school. And I was ordering a salad. And as you all know, I eat very, very, very clean. But I'm also very much a plus size woman. And as the woman was helping me and going through and asking me the different items, there was very specific foods that I don't eat. But one of the things that I do eat is healthy fats. Because I don't eat traditional fats in my diet. Not because I'm fat free. I just eat very, very clean. So I have to make sure, for example, that I have avocado in my diet, as an example. So as we were going down and I was placing my order, she says, oh, well, I see that you're trying to be careful with your salad. May I suggest these foods over these foods? Was along the lines of the conversation. And then it was like to avoid fats. Okay. Thank you. I didn't ask for the opinion. And the woman in front of me probably ordered something very close to what I ordered. And I'm going to guess that she didn't get the golden nuggets of wisdom that I did. And so at this point, it's pretty safe to assume it wasn't the salad that started the conversation, but the person standing in front of her. Now, she was very polite. She was sweet. And honestly, at the end of the day, she was trying to be helpful. However, it is inappropriate to have that discussion with someone else when the question wasn't asked about which were the best fats for me. Hey, I want to have a low-fat salad if that were the case, or I'm following paleo, or in those kinds of things. The assumption was made that I was trying to avoid fats. And I didn't quite realize what had happened until my husband put his head down and went, and kind of shook his head. And I think maybe he was expecting old Tulin to react, because old Tulin would have reacted either being upset and heartbroken and hurt, or I probably would have gotten rather aggressive about it. Well, those days are over for me, because as a plus size health and fitness motivator, this offers an opportunity to have an amazing conversation. I didn't quite realize what had happened, and I'll be truthful, it did bother me because the other people weren't being offered this information. We were standing in line, but I was. And again, the conversation wasn't about the salad in front of her. It was about, I see what you're trying to do. Again, trying to be helpful, but it wasn't appropriate. So here's what I want to tell you. Yes, I did go back in and I talked to her. When I went back in and I explained to her who I was and what I did, and I said, I'm not upset. I just want to share with you that in the future, when somebody's ordering a salad and isn't asking for your input on the best things to put in their salad, maybe it's better not to offer that kind of advice. The advice wasn't horrible advice. She wasn't rude. She wasn't mean. She wasn't any of those things. But I just explained that there are women like us, and some people may not like what I have to say, on the other side who haven't experienced this, but there are women like us who are making the attempt to eat cleaner, who are maybe going to the gym for the first time, and sometimes we just want to be able to order our food or go to the gym without having somebody talk about what we need to do for our bodies or how we need to eat. Now, if we open up that conversation, it's different, but if it's just advice being given based off of what you're seeing in front of you, is that helping this person or is that hurting a person? For some people, it can really hurt them from moving forward in their progress. What if that was the first healthy choice that they were making at a Chipotle? They went out of their way. I'm going to use myself as an example, okay? Because I was a hardcore fast food eating, soda guzzling, sugar-inducing coma. I mean, it's how I used to eat. And I remember when I started making that change into healthy eating, I was very aware of myself and my choices. And yeah, I would wonder what people would think. So if I was brand new, let's say today was my first day in the gym and I was brand new to eating healthy and this conversation would have taken place, it may draw me away from continuing that lifestyle because I respond negative to it. It would hurt. We know it's obvious. It's no loss that I'm a plus size woman. It's no loss that maybe if you judge this book by this cover, you wouldn't have known that I'd lost 85 pounds at one point, 80 inches, and my whole career is based on motivating plus size women. I'm a plus size health and fitness motivator, and my purpose is to bridge the gap between the health and fitness industry and those that are plus size and empowering people. It could make somebody not want to go back to the gym, or make them not want to go back and eat healthy because they're just going to be judged for it anyways. Not saying again that she was judging me in the negative. She was trying to be helpful. However, when I went back in to go discuss this with her very politely, she was very polite and she was a little nervous. The lady next to me was a little put off by the fact that I was a plus size health and fitness motivator. Now, I'm not going to start this conversation about the things that she had to say to me or about the private conversation that was occurring. But the reality is these things happen. But here's the other thing. It is our choice to let it bother us. It is our choice to let it stop us. It is our choice to be hurt by it. And I'm not crying about the situation. It's passion. Because this happened today, because it just reiterates why I do what I do and why this missing piece is out there. It isn't that this woman was trying to be very, very helpful. It's because it would stop someone else who is brand new on their journey from moving forward. And while it's a choice, when you don't have the tools and you don't know how to apply those tools, it'll stop someone from creating a better life for themselves, regardless of the reason. So judging somebody based off of what they have in their grocery cart or what they're ordering in front of them, we don't know their story. We don't know their journey. We don't know if they're emotionally eating. We don't know if they don't have the tools and the ability and the know-how to make the change that they need to make. They don't know that sometimes the cure is worse than the disease, right? Because when you detox and you start eating better and you start exercising, sometimes it makes you feel worse at first, but nobody talks about that. Nobody says those are valid things that happen, and here's ways that you can help avoid that. So it's a choice to look at this as a horribly negative, terrible situation, or use it as an opportunity to not only help educate others. I'm not looking for a free meal from Chipotle. Please, Chipotle, don't send me a free meal or gift cards. What I would love for Chipotle to do is maybe have that conversation with their employees and say, if you're asked for input on the best fat choices, or do you have a nutritional element menu, maybe that's when you hand it to somebody. But making an assumption based off the woman or man that is standing in front of you and what their needs may or may not be, regardless of how right you are and how kind your intention may have been, we have to understand how to have that conversation. So I'm going to turn this into a positive because this allowed me to have a conversation with a whole heck of a lot of people. Again, Chipotle, I don't want a gift card. I don't want a free meal. I just want to be able to use this experience to help motivate other women like me on their journey to not stop if you have an instance like that, whether it's a stranger or at a restaurant or at a gym or it's family. And for those who are in the service industry, to maybe be a little more understanding, not PC, not being overcautious, but maybe just think, am I speaking about the salad or am I speaking to the person in front of me? And is my intention coming across in the way that it needs to be? It's just opening up a conversation. Anyways, that's what occurred today.